This is for my girls, for all the amazing women in my life. I'm so grateful for you. Growing up, I was incredibly shy. I found my kindergarten report card full of smiley faces and gold stars and a note from my teacher that said, Catherine is a ray of sunshine. She's painfully shy. My shyness didn't help me when at the age of 10 we moved to Chicago. And it wasn't just a new town, it was moving from a Catholic school to a public school, uniforms to no uniforms. I remember carefully picking out my outfit for that first day of school. My favorite striped and polka dot leggings with the oversized t-shirt tied up at the side. I was so nervous. Were they gonna like me? At first, I was cool because I was new. But that quickly changed. Suddenly, I had no friends. I didn't understand why. At first, everybody liked me, and then nobody did. It got so bad that my mom decided I needed to see a psychologist. Then one day, I found myself on the playground with a couple of girls, new friends. So happy. But then I had to go home for my therapy appointment. I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay and play and enjoy the laughter and the silliness. I didn't want it to end. So I went home and I told my mom that I had made new friends, and she's probably just as happy as I was. So she drove me back to the park after quickly canceling the appointment. But they were gone. I had missed my chance. I'm so grateful to those girls because they helped me to find my bearings and navigate, to start making new friends. It also helped to start building a wardrobe of more than just enough clothes for the weekend. And thank you, brilliant mother, for giving me a seasonal wardrobe budget so I could pick what I wanted. And even then, what I wore, when I wore my favorite outfit, it bolstered my confidence. So I just took it one step at a time, one day at a time. And then eventually moved into the middle school where everyone was new in a way, so I got to have a fresh start. And I met my new best friend. We were inseparable, riding bikes to each other's houses, jumping on our trampoline, playing in the rain, trick-or-treating down the street. We had so much fun, always laughing. And in high school, our twosome became a foursome because there were new kids from all the other middle schools, and we had so much fun. Going to the first homecoming together, riding bikes to each other's houses still, because, then we learned how to drive, got our licenses. Little boy crazy, of course. So I encouraged her to invite one of my best guy friends and her crush to the Winter Wonderland Sadie Hawkins dance. I came up with that one. And I knew he liked her too, so he said yes. They became an item. All was well. And then suddenly something shifted. It was 3 against 1. She started leaving me out of things and stopped talking to me altogether. One day I couldn't take it anymore, bawling in the high school hallway, pleaded to her, "Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me, why don't you like me anymore?" Her boyfriend defended me, and it hit me. What made her so furious? But we were just friends. I had set them up. I knew that he cared just for her. Just for her. We were nothing more. But I couldn't tell her that. She wouldn't listen. I learned that it can be painful to be pretty. Jealousy directed at you from someone you love and trust is pretty painful. But I still wanted to be pretty. Not even just pretty, beautiful. I didn't want to be shy. I didn't want to be alone. So when it came time for me to decide where to go to college, I chose USC. And I was the only one from my graduating high school class that went to USC as a freshman. I was alone again. But I had chosen to be alone. I was going to have to shed some of my shyness. At least I was going to have to fake it. One of the first people I met at USC became, and is still one of my best friends, I met while I was bawling. The reality of the fact that my parents were going to be 2,000 miles away had just hit me suddenly. And my mom, who was clearly worried about me, took the initiative to introduce us. And my new friend comforted me. She saw past my puffy, teary eyes and the fact that I couldn't form a sentence. She bolstered my confidence. Maybe I could do this. At that time, everything scared me. And I decided to go through Sorority Rush, even though I didn't fancy myself a sorority girl, but it would be a good way to meet people. Most of my good friends in high school were guys, and to be honest, girls still scared me. They were unpredictable. Guys were safe. But I knew I had to do it, even if I didn't pledge a house. And of course, I got caught up in the popularity contest. I wanted to finally be cool. I wanted a top 2 house. I wanted to be one of the cool, pretty, popular girls. Finally. That was not in the cards. I came down with a really bad case of the flu the second day of Rush. So even though I was wearing one of my favorite outfits, a teal green sleeveless blouse, my favorite jeans, and my staple white J. Crew espadrilles, I was not looking so pretty. I had to lay down at one of the houses and they dropped me that day. Their loss. I found my home and my sisterhood. I did make it to the last day of Rush, barely, wearing my white laundry jersey dress with oversized lime print that was fitting a little more loosely, so I felt a bit more confident, even though I had no color in my face. But a good house wanted me, even though I wasn't very pretty at the moment. So I continued to step out of my comfort zone. Everything I did those first few years scared me. I was constantly in social situations where I knew no one save for a few familiar faces. I was constantly outside of my comfort zone. So my style became even more important to me. And fortunately, I still had that brilliant budget for my seasonal wardrobe updates. And I started to update my wardrobe with a more sophisticated eye, a little less Midwest prep. And I found my new favorite pair of jeans that I loved, made me feel pretty, fit my booty, and I knew I could do this. I got this. Anytime I had to do something that made me nervous, I dressed up. My style was my armor. It also helped me to love my body. As I continued to play with clothes and found more jeans that fit my booty well, I continued to put myself out there. I met great friends and made great girlfriends. I was not alone. So I ended up graduating and going to work in corporate fashion. All my insecurities about my body and if I was cool enough or pretty enough came back. It was not exactly a collaborative environment. So, oh man, no, it was not. I mean, it also didn't help that I gained a little bit of weight or a lot of weight, because I was just not happy and I was stressed. And while there were mentors and colleagues that were collaborative and supportive, the culture as a whole was superficial and competitive. My boss even told me at one point that I needed to dress differently if I wanted to get a promotion. And I always dressed appropriately, so I heard this as I wasn't cool enough. I hadn't figured it out. Needless to say, I did heed her advice, though I applied it in my own way. I was never going to be the visionary fashionista that she wanted me to be. Give me classic, give me feminine, give me color, give me a little bit of cool, a little bit of Midwest prep. Near the end of my tenure as a merchandiser, I had to give the design presentation to buying. I wore my power dress, my favorite heels, and I killed that presentation, even though I was so nervous. As I am right now, let's be honest. But they loved the presentation, they loved the dress, they loved me in the dress. What I realized is that it wasn't the power of the dress, but what power the dress allowed me to access. And it was a turning point for me as far as my confidence in myself and my abilities. And I realized while what I did as a merchandiser, I didn't connect with how it was done where I was. I craved collaboration and meaning. Where would I find that? Anyone who's in the fashion industry probably can't answer that question. So I created it. And I did. I created U-Style to empower women, to give women the tools to use their style as a catalyst, to step into their power. I spent a lot of my life afraid of my beauty. I learned that it could be pretty painful to be pretty. Girls were not kind. I experienced this reality in elementary school, middle school, high school, a little bit of college, and even in the working world, until I struck out on my own. Because of the courage that I had to start my business and leave the known to create the unknown, I have met the most amazing women. I have a rich circle of friends. I am not alone. You are not alone. We are not alone. Now the women around me hold me up. They see me in my brightest light. They honor and celebrate the beauty in me as I honor and celebrate the beauty in them. I honor and celebrate your beauty. Do you see it? Because I see it for you. It's taken me 30 plus years to feel beautiful. To be able to say, yes, I am beautiful. To want to stand up and be seen and be heard, to stand in my power. Now that I have, life has really opened up. It is fun. And I want that for you. I see that for you. I see your beauty and your power. It's time for you to feel your beauty and stand in your power. I am here because I didn't give up. I kept fighting to find my voice, to find my power, to find myself. To me, beauty is power. And you are all beautiful and powerful, just as you are. I am beautiful. I am powerful. Now say it with me. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am powerful. Do you feel it? Yes. You are beautiful. There's one thing that I want you to take away. If I want anyone ever to take away from me, it's that you are beautiful. Now, just as you are.